Welcome back guys for another video, and we're back with the LNR series for round 4 of the Team vs Team Championship. This week it was a Group 4 race at the Sardinia Road B track. First time also racing here, so quite excited. As you can see now as we line up on the grid, qualifying really went horribly for me. I corner cut the last corner on my first flying lap and didn't have enough time to take new tyres, so I had to run on the older tyres to set my lap time, which isn't ideal. So left me with lots of work to do from starting from 8th, and I'm starting on the hard tyre doing a 2-stop. So let's see how this one goes guys. Lights out and away we go. You can see their short shift already unfortunately did a jump start, so he got a little bit of a penalty and got held up, so he's there at the back. The Porsches really had better traction off the line, so Berries and Kenny Shep both got ahead of me. Going into turn 1 now on the inside of Kenny Shep. All of us really close. You can see a lot of us opted to go with the Scirocco. As I said to you in our very first video, that VW was one of the manufacturers we were given to use. So the Group 4 car for VW is the Scirocco Cup car. The cool thing though, when a lot of us choose the same cars, it makes it close racing. If you go on the inside there of Monty and pull the move off around the outside, going onto the back straight here, trying to get into the slipstream of Binti now, into tight right hander up the hill here. Got my teammate in front of me as well, not Stinky. He had a much better qualifying. Unfortunately, like I said before, it's very tricky to pull off the line on these cars to get the traction. It's very difficult to find. So he dropped to 7th now, as you can see. And I got 2 wheels on the grass there, had to catch it completely sideways. And because of that, cut that last corner again. You'll see me do it a few times on the inside there. You'll see I get a half a second penalty here guys, but luckily enough it's very easy to bleed this penalty, especially at this track. You'll see already in turn 1 here, little braking, 0.4, 0.2, and there we go, bled the penalty off and still right behind. You can see Binti and Berries now fighting side by side as we go into turn 2. My teammate very close behind them as well. Going into turn 3 now, my teammate on the inside of Berries. I choose to go for the inside line as well. Berries on the outside of my teammate. Still side by side these two. I dive into the middle here. Take the inside on my teammate. And onto the back straight here. Berries got on the gravel there, and I go around the outside. It was very fast, flat out left hander onto the straight. Looks like my teammate's going to follow me through here, braking for the right hander up the hill. Very tight corner, very tricky also up the hill here. The car feels like it's bogging a lot. And finally completed the move and up to 6th position now, starting from 8th. So right now the focus just has to be get my head down, try and catch up to Binti here, use his slipstream, and try and be as consistent as possible. Already made a few mistakes. Corner cutting the last lap on this corner here, also getting 2 wheels on the grass, so I really just need to knuckle down now and focus. We've gone to lap 3 now, still in 6th position. You can see the Sciroccos are really quick down the straight compared to the Porsche, which is for once we got the top end advantage. Threw a little bit of a dummy there. Binti went a little bit wide just to make sure that he didn't block me on the inside. Going to turn 2 here, and now into turn 3, still right behind him. You can see how close the racing is still guys on lap 3. Long sweeping right hander here. It's a very cool track, lots of elevation changes as well, and it was a lot of fun to race in these Group 4 cars. We continue down the back straight here, hard braking. You can see how that Porsche is superior on the brakes there, catching up to me. And then this is where the Scirocco is really strong, this next section here. That's left-hander and up the hill here, finding a lot of time. And now right up behind Binti. haven't raced at all basically with him this season. He's always been in the front, so it's quite surprising to be racing with him. And again, you see the corner cutting and me going off wide, getting another half-second penalty, but got a good run out of there. He used his slipstream and now on the inside of him, going down into turn 1 over here, looking for the 100-meter board, braking, completing the move. Him not really fighting and making it difficult either, so thanks to him for that. Still carrying point 1 of that penalty that I received for that last corner cut. And now it's all about finally got some clean air, trying to put in some good laps now, trying to get my head down as I said before. I can see Phantoms just ahead of me as well, not too far up the road, as well as Twin Cam. So podium position was still in sight here. So it was just to knuckle down and hopefully try and bring Brinty with me. Definitely got some pace in that car as well. He also started on the harder tyre, so we're both on the same strategy as far as I knew at this point in the race. Oh, Barry's having a moment there. Also my teammate Slinky getting a little bit on the gravel, but nothing major. Up the hill once again. There's almost a flat out left-hander here, a little bit of a roll-off. And this chicane, this final chicane is really tricky to spot your braking point, get your entry right, and get on the power early to get the run onto the straight here. And that's going to round off lap 4. All these cars sitting nicely in my slipstream here. Barry's getting a double toe. As we come down to turn 1 now. Finally bled that penalty off now. And like I said, just getting my head down and actually pulling these guys all along with me. It's quite a short lap around here, so it's very difficult to try and pull out of the slipstream or to pull a gap behind the cars. So got the long straight, so as you'll see now, sweeping right hander onto the back straight, so even there they're going to be benefiting from the slipstream. And in this game you can pick up a slipstream from 1.5 seconds behind, so it's quite overpowered. As we fast forward now to lap 11, so now I've done my first pit stop. As I said in the start, I did a 2-stop race, so I stopped on lap 8 and took fresh medium tyres, so the first set of mediums that I put on the car. And we've started to catch my teammate now and catch Berries and Phantoms. We're all on the same strategy, so we're all on the 2-stopper. Unfortunately I wasn't able to save as much fuel as they were, as I was leading the pack and they were all in my slipstream, so I did have to take a little bit more fuel, hence why I'm behind them now. As you can see, the fighting's getting really tight. Berries defending, getting overtaken there by Phantoms. My teammate Not Stinky all over the back of him. And we've got a close train of 4 cars here now. You can see Twin Cam right behind us as well, so if we're not careful, this car of 4 is going to turn into a train of 5 very quickly. You can see Berries looking for a move on Phantoms. This was a very exciting part of the race. Really enjoyed this closeness racing, wheel-to-wheel action. These Group 4 cars always produce good racing. Cars are a lot slower, and I've said in previous videos they've got less downforce, so it's a lot easier to run closer together and with each other. You can see Berries, they went wide, got a very bad exit. My teammate going on the inside here. I'm just trying to get the toe off someone down the straight here. Getting the slipstream off my teammate now, trying to push him past Berries here. Got a slipstream effect on him, taking the inside. Again, him not making it difficult for me to overtake. Some team play here, knowing that I've got the extra pace in hand, so letting me past. Through turn 2 as we come now. Berry's still all over the back of Not Stinky, going on the inside there. Doesn't quite make it work. And now hopefully that's released me now, and I can try and catch Phantoms here. And as you see, the very next lap, as I was saying, Twin Cam right on the back of us now. He's joined this train, so very quickly a few overtakes happen, and that's how quickly it can happen. Cars catch you. Up the hill here, you can see my medium tyre starting to wear, especially that right front tyre. It wears very quickly around here. already on lap 4, you can feel and even see the way massive amounts of understeer. There's a lot of left-handers, long left-handers as well in this track. That's why that right front really gets loaded and wears quicker. Got a nice little run out of there. In Phantom slipstream now. Let's see if we can make a move. He's weaving down the straight, trying to break that slipstream. Getting sucked up nice and close to him now, and I think I'm close enough to go for the dive bomb here. So we go down on the inside, run a little bit wide on the exit here. There's 2 wheels on the gravel. He still continues, still side by side here. Again on his inside here. Not stinky all over the back of us, trying to pick up the pieces if anything happens. Still side by side here, turn 3 now. Phantom's still on the outside. There's less grip there though. Let's see if I can pull the move over here. And around the outside, cut in front of him, and was able to make the move stick here. Awesome racing. You can see how close it is now. 5 cars all in the same frame here as we go down the straight. And Phantom's looking for a move here, very late move. Just chops the front end of my car, bogs me down, puts me on the marbles there, but he makes the move stick. And as we go up the hill here, I can feel the car's just not handling as it was before. Obviously I picked up those marbles as I said, so large amounts of understeer here, especially through this left-hander now. You can see, get it all sorts of wrong. There's no grip there, and again now braking, and again no grip completely. Almost going off track there, and I've lost 3 positions here. Shows you how one thing goes wrong and it can just lead to you losing so many positions, especially when the racing is so close like this. Going into turn 1 here. Also didn't help that my tyres were falling off. At this point of the race, you need to start thinking about your last stint that you're going to do. So I've still got 1 stop to do. I'm going to stop at the end of this lap 15. So I've got to think about fuel and still saving fuel, as well as trying to keep up with this pack and keep on fighting. It's a lot of to think about while you're driving. A lot of strategy in play here. Going down the back straight once again, you can see Bunty now all over me. I still quite haven't got my groove back after that last lap incident. Still trying to find where the grip is now. Trying to get back into my momentum. Once you lose momentum around here, you really suffer. Coming up the hill here, you can see these front 3 have pulled away slightly from us. Into the last corner here, still struggling with understeer. You can see that Bunty, much superior tyres. He stopped later for his first stop, and you can see myself, Not Stinky, and Phantoms all coming in for our second stop now, so our last stop of the race. Again, we're going to take a new set of mediums here, quick tyre change, and we're going to take some fuel to make sure that we can get to the end of the race here. As you can see there, Phantom's in 5th. So he really did a good job on fuel, unlike myself. And you can see I've come out behind my teammate now in 7th place. There's Barry's in 8th, just behind us. I think he made his stop one lap before us. And now it's all about just trying to complete this last stint and see how high we can get up and finish this race. And let's fast forward now, guys. We'll fast forward to lap 21 as we're coming across the line to start the final lap. You can see, unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch Phantoms. His fuel saving that he did, the gap that he pulled in the pit stop, was 3.5 seconds, and I just wasn't able to catch him after that. I did manage to pass my teammate, and unfortunately he made a mistake, so I put him a bit further back behind Barry's as well. So he's got a battle on his hands now on the last lap. And I can see Phantom's just up ahead the road, up the road here, and he's actually caught the back end of Bunty now, and they're also going to have a last lap battle. Come around that corner for the last time, onto the back straight. You can see my teammate pulled off a move now on Berries, so he's now ahead of him in 7th, myself in 6th still. You can see Phantoms in 5th, and unfortunately went for an overtake on Binti and just misjudged the braking a little bit. I think he was looking at his MFD and changing his radar, and it caught him off guard, and he braked a little bit late, got on the gravel there on the right-hander, and it obviously sucked him out. And once you get stuck in that gravel, you just very difficult to come out. So he's dropped to 6th now, and that's it, guys, through the last corner. 5th position. Was really impressed that Binti and Twin Cam could stick the one stopper, so they started on the hards and went to the mediums, so their strategy really worked out for them. The rest of us all on 2-stop. I really thought I could get on the podium this race, but some things just happen like that, guys, and it didn't work out. That's racing sometimes, guys. But yeah, really enjoyed this race. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please drop some likes, and I appreciate it if you'd subscribe for more videos coming obviously every week. So thank you and cheers.